Hey Greenville, what's up? Welcome to the next episode of Greenville Eats. I'm Ashley, and we are here today with Janni from the IT department. How are you today?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. So before we jump into whatever this deliciousness is, because it smells amazing, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us where you're in, like what your title is, your department, all the fun things.
My name is Janni Wood. I am the applications manager for the information technology department. I've been with the city for 12 years now, and my job is to make sure that the city has the software that it needs to have the employees be able to do their jobs efficiently.
That sounds really complicated.
It can be at times, but it's very fun. It's very challenging.
Yeah.
The city does so many things, and so we never know what we're working on from day to day.
Yeah.
And that makes it really exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. So real quick before we jump into this too, you were just on a panel for Women's History Month where you kind of touched on how you are one of the few, actually our IT department has a few women, but you're one of the few women in what's typically like a male dominated field.
Yes.
How does that like feel? Like what's that like?
Now I don't really think about it so much because I've been doing it for a long time. But when I started out, it was very new. There were not a lot of women in the IT field at all. And we would go into meetings and I would be the only woman in the room. But luckily I had some amazing female mentors in the IT world.
Yeah.
And they helped kind of guide. And it is still a very male dominated field. But there are getting to be more and more women, and we need that.
Yeah.
And so anything I can do to go out and help encourage women to go into information technology, I'm willing to do.
Yeah, and it was a great panel that you were a part of with,
Thank you.
with other female leaders, KZ and Councilmember Portia Willis.
I told them that nobody was going to pay attention to me because I was between the deputy police chief and a baddie firewoman.
Right.
And I was this little IT woman.
And then two council members.
I had two council members. I was like, nobody really cares about IT, but it was great. And it's so great to be a part of that and for young women to be exposed to the things that they can do and the barriers that they can break down and to acknowledge the women that have come before them that
and
have
like
done
laid that
path
for
them.
Yeah.
You know? And so it was really a good thing to be a part of.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so what we're here for, I guess, kind of. What are you making today? Tell us a little bit.
We are making Wheezy's pineapple cake.
Okay.
So Wheezy is my mother-in-law. Amazing cook. That's how she shows love. And so this is my son's and husband's favorite cake. And so that's what we're making. My son actually made it for our church cook-off and won first place.
Ooh.
And he won a Dairy Queen gift card. And so he took grandma out for dinner for that. So she was very excited. Yeah, so that's what we're making today.
Oh, awesome. So what is in it? Tell us like what were the ingredients that you were using?
It's a regular cake. You can make a regular cake. We typically make two round cakes and cut them in half. So we end up with 4 layers. And then the topping is Cool Whip, pineapple, and instant vanilla pudding.
Okay.
So lots of sugar, lots of sweet, all mixed together. And then we pour the pineapple in it and then put that over top of it.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Very simple.
So, and we've got it in the oven right now, cooking. So we're going to take a quick break, wait for that to get done, and then we'll come back with Janni to talk a little more. All right, everyone, here we are back with Janni from the IT department, and I'm Ashley, just as a reminder. And we have our delicious, what is it called?
Wheezy's pineapple cake.
Wheezy's pineapple cake. It smells amazing. It's just all the pineapple, everything.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the process. Like you did the cake itself, and then you did a topping.
Yeah. So the icing is Cool Whip and instant pudding. And so you save the pineapple juice and mix that with your pudding. And so you make kind of a real thick paste and then you add in your Cool Whip until you get the consistency that you want. And then you add your pineapple in. Typically we'll make a round cake and make 4 layers and then put it in the fridge and let it cool overnight and get nice and cold. So it's a really refreshing, it's a good summer one because it's very cool. And then you cut it and eat it. It's delicious.
All right, let's dig in. Let's see how we like this. Oh God, that felt like a lot. Oh, that's really good.
It's very sweet.
It is very sweet. Yep.
So
Okay. Sorry, it was good. That's how you know it's good. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. So what does Janni like in her free time?
Well, I'm really a boring person. I am an extreme extrovert. So I talk a lot to people, and my job is talking a lot to people. My husband and I are starting to pastor a church. And so we do a lot of talking to people, and we were youth leaders for over 10 years here at a church in Greenville. And so we just have a lot of activities around young people and our church. And so I spend a lot of time talking, and I'm a jokester. I like to cut up a lot. A lot of times I'm not allowed to speak in public because I get in trouble a lot. And so when I'm typically at home, people find it interesting that my hobbies are very introverted. I do puzzles by myself, and I read. And that's kind of my resetting time, when I can just not have to be on and not have to be worrying about what I'm thinking or saying all the time. And so that's what I do.
That's so nice though, because it's like a movement right now where people are like, I want to do grandma like activities. And like literally, I'm big into books right now too, and not necessarily puzzles, but I do love a good puzzle. And that's one thing that, like, whenever I would go visit my grandma in the summer when I was young, that was one thing that we always did. We would do puzzles together and we would read, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that's coming back. Now I can just go hang out with my grandma, and it's not like, it's not weird.
You come and do puzzles with me. I like it because I'm a problem solver by nature, which is what my job is most of the time. And so it plays in really well to that, but it's also, I'm an overthinker. And so having puzzles, and I don't want them to be too hard, because I don't, like, my job is already hard enough. I don't, I want it to be relaxing, but at the same time, I want it to be challenging, so that I have to put all my attention on it, and so I can kind of turn off my brain and not have to be thinking all the time.
So what is, like, because I learned this with my grandma, because I ticked her off one time. I got her too big of a puzzle. I think I went and got her like a 12,000 piece puzzle or something. Not 12, 2,000. What am I doing? Math is hard. But so I went and got her like something that had more than 1,000 pieces. And she was like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah. 1,000 is the most I'll do. My typical is a 500 18 by 24 from the New Yorker company. I really like their puzzles. I like the way they feel. I like the way the reflection is on the puzzle. See, I know way too much about the puzzle world.
So do you have like a little thing that you do your puzzles on?
Yeah, I have a puzzle table that my husband bought me. Oh my God. And it's got drawers on the side so that I can separate them and put it there, and I can use it. It has a plastic top so you can cover it, so I can use it for setting on it.
That's so cool.
I was doing them at the table, and I was leaned over, and my husband, bless him, he was like, if you're going to do this, let's get that. So he won't do them with me, but when my boys are home, I have 2 kids, 26 and 21, and when they come and visit, they'll sit down with me and do it. And it's a good time to just talk to them. They probably feel like they're doing the granny activity with their mom, but
they'll appreciate it one day. Yeah, they'll get there.
So they buy me puzzles. It makes it easy to buy Mother's Day presents and Christmas presents.
Whenever my grandma got her first little iPad, she was like, "You don't have to buy me any more puzzles. I'm gonna buy them from the App Store." Grandma, what?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's so funny. I've started mahjong, but digital mahjong, and so now I'm like, I wonder what the investment would be like to go and get like all the mahjong stuff. But I love that. That's so fun. What kind of books do you read?
I like historical pieces.
Yeah.
Romance. I don't really want anything that's murder mystery. I used to do a lot of those, but the world is just can be so negative that I don't want.
So like a Pride and Prejudice type situation. Oh, I love that. Or like
romance. And
Bridgerton, maybe.
Yeah. The cleaner version.
I thought it, and I was like, that might not be it.
But something like that. And anything Civil War period and historical.
Oh, cool.
Just because we've come so far, and sometimes there are so many problems that we continue to focus on and that need to be fixed and that are solved, but we also need to take time to realize how far we've come. And the people that made things better, I like a lot of autobiographical fiction as well. The people who really made a change in this world and what they did. And especially talking about Women's History Month, we're living off of the blessings that other women have fought really hard for.
Yeah.
And what did they have to go through?
Yeah.
You know, and on days when I go, I just really don't want to go to work, I think somebody fought for me to have the opportunity to go to work.
They wanted to go.
They wanted to go.
So I feel like I kind of have to.
But, you know, so it's good to be reminded of that stuff.
Yeah, that's so true. That's a great way to look at it, a great perspective. So, well, thank you so much for joining me today. This is delicious. I'm so excited that there's so much left over. Because everybody at City Hall is going to be like, what'd you cook today?
Yeah.
So thank you again so much for coming.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. And so that is our, what is this month? April, May episode. And so we will see you back next month for another episode of Greenville Eats.